For those of you who have dogs that are shy, maybe fearful, there's a lot of good techniques in here of things that you might be able to do to be able to help your dog past it. Remember, communication is key. So keep it open, keep the communication open, and learn how to really reward your dog and when to reward your dog in order to get the best behavior. Hey guys, this is Martin Wright from Argos Dog Training up here in Boston. And the things that are excited about is that we actually come into some turmoil. There's some adversity here that we have to overcome. Hazel starts off great. Somebody sets off fireworks. Hazel gets nervous. So when she's nervous, she gets stressed. When she's stressed, in her case, she went over threshold and she did not want to do anything. She wanted to go right home. So in this video, we're able to show how to get her moving. Like if this happens on the sidewalk, what am I gonna do with my dog? So we showed how to get her moving, how to start to reward her for being brave. Another thing that I was able to show my clients here in this episode is things that they can do at home in order to help calm their dog down and to make an association. When I do these things, it's okay for you to calm down. So we did a little bit of massage. You'll see that. You see Hazel calm right down, even in the same environment that she heard the fireworks. And then after that, we got her up and we got her working again, doing some more. Now, in a lot of this, you'll see that she looks a little bit discouraged. Her tail is down sometimes. That's really due to the fireworks. It's not due at all to the training and the things that are going on. As a matter of fact, if we use that training more and more, she'll understand what's going on and she'll be able to tolerate the fireworks better. And that's what this whole thing is about. Check out the video. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions. And here we go.
I think there's like a button.
Oh, there you go.
Nice.
Lower, close to her nose. There, and then feed. Excellent. That's nice. Stepping away, stepping back to reward. You can reward with petting, you can reward with food. Stepping away, stepping back to reward. Excellent. Fireworks. How's she with fireworks?
Yeah, she's scared of fireworks.
She is?
Yeah.
Okay, so what do we see? We see the adversity starts. If you watch this video real close, right where I stopped it, right before that, Hazel's tail is up. Hazel's tail is wagging. Hazel is excited. She's just like, yeah, this is what we're doing. And then the fireworks go and you see an immediate change in her. Right, her tail drops, she becomes a little bit more concerned. So I noticed it right away. James also confirmed that she does have some issues with fireworks. At this point, I do not know how deep these issues are. All right, so here we go. Right now, I think we're just gonna check out what's going on. So this week is a little different because Frida is here, which is Hazel's mom. So it's a little different than the last time. But keep walking around with her, just keeping her on your left. And here, because that's a distraction, James, you have to work really hard to get her attention on you. Don't get distracted by the distraction or by her being distracted, all right? Use your food. You have food there that's gonna be a benefit to you as well. If you can use that, that will help, all right? Here we go, just walking. Excellent. There you go. At this point, right, she already heard some fireworks, but this is just a few minutes later. And what we're seeing is that her tail is back up. She actually recovered from the first fireworks that she heard, right? So that is a stressor for her. That's something that she's concerned about, but it's not so much where it actually stops her from being who she is. All right, so we're right back into doing our regular session where I'm just giving James some advice about how he could use his tools to be a little bit more effective in communicating with her. At this point, that's what's going on here. Close to her nose. Yep. close to her nose. So you want to kind of draw her. You want to lure her close to your side too. Right there, that was it. Keep going, close to your side, closer. There, that's where you want her to be. That's it. Take her through that turn. Excellent. And you could give her that reward, grabbing another one. Okay, let's stop here. So this is important. Come on in, camera. Come on in. What we have here is the treat pouch, right? Oh, go ahead and help her sit next to you. We have the treat pouch. The treat pouch is up high and it's on the right side. If you notice, my treat pouch is down low and it's on my left side. So I'm gonna ask you to move your treat pouch there. The reason being is because this is gonna be close to the hand and close to the dog, right? So your right hand is just holding the leash. Hopefully in time, your right hand is just holding the leash. Your left hand is gonna be interacting with the dog, giving information to the dog, giving reward to the dog, and your treat pouch. You want your treat pouch to be in a position that it is not blocking your hands or interacting with the leash. You want it to be off to the side a little bit, off to the back a little bit. So that way all of this space is free. I don't feel like there's anything blocking my movement, right? All in here. All right, so go ahead and give that a shot. Shorten the leash and off you go. Tension, release. Tension, release, right? Tension, hold. You could use let's go. And off, good. Yes. Okay, so now we see Hazel looking a little bit more stressed. I guess she's starting to think a little bit about those fireworks. We're gonna see what happens as we continue here and see what's up with her, all right? Good job. One more time, James. I also see, I don't know if you guys, if the mic is picking it up, but there are fireworks going off. And I can see that that causes a change in her behavior. We have a video. I'm sure Frank will put the link somewhere here, there, about fireworks. This is a big deal. So definitely check that stuff out. All right, here we go. But even so, even with the fireworks, training, practicing this is one of the ways that we can help her to overcome that nervousness. Work for that attention. Try shortening your leash in your right hand a little bit. Let's go. Yes, good job. Yes. Good girl. Let's go. Good. All right, here we go. This is a perfect opportunity. Hold and feel through the left hand what you can feel, right? You have to have a little bit, you felt that? Good, off and on. There you go. That was it. Good. Excellent. Tension, hold. Yep, try not to back up, right? You don't want to go back in the direction she wants to go. You want to go this way. Release, you felt it, and then hold again. Release again, hold again. So you want to feel when she moves. That was a release, yep. And then hold again. Yep, that's a release. Go, 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 go. And release. Excellent, there you go. There you go. First of all, every pet dog, there are challenges. That's just the way it is. This pet dog has some insecurity dealing with sound, has some sound sensitivity. Of course, her owner is learning a brand new language with her, which is very it's very difficult to pick up a brand new language right away. You know, there's a lot of mechanical things, knowing where to make tension, where to release tension. That's my job to help him through that, right? And that's going to help clear up the communication, make it easier for her. At this stage, James is doing very well, you know, but there's some growth that needs to happen there in order to be able to help him communicate with his dog. That's not bad. Excellent. All right, so this week, last week I was seeing no anxiety, but this week I'm seeing a little bit of anxiety with Hazel here. I think it's due to the fireworks more than anything else. You know, so you can see here in this week, her body language, her tail is down. She's dripping a little bit, drooling a little bit from the tongue. You know, her tongue is out a little bit. So those are the signs. Her eyes, her face looks kind of worried too. We want to get her out of that as soon as we possibly can. She also dropped food, which she probably doesn't normally do if she's cool. All right, so if you do set off fireworks in your neighborhood, be careful with the dogs around and the people around. There are people who have PTSD, you know, for loud sounds, and there's definitely dogs that have fireworks PTSD as well. You know, so be careful with your neighbors. It's probably good for everybody to go to that one spot where they set off the fireworks all the time, rather than setting them off year-round in your backyard and so forth. All right. Okay, guys, so I don't hear it in the video as I'm watching it, but there's more fireworks going off. Maybe it got cut out. But as we see from Hazel, we're seeing that she's getting a little bit more nervous. As we head on and we continue, we'll start to see that she's being a little bit less willing to walk. Now, for those of you who have dogs that are like this, you know that you get on the sidewalk and of course a car backfires and now you're, you know, a quarter mile from your house and your dog just completely will not go. What we're about to show is how we kind of work on that, right? The idea is that as soon as the dog starts moving, we start rewarding. Side note here, rewarding a dog. Some dogs in this situation will not take food. So we have to reward them with our physical touch. Rewarding a dog with physical touch requires practice. You cannot just pet your dog and think that it's going to be the same as somebody who has rehearsed, you know, rewarding a dog that is shy or nervous. We're not just petting the dog because the dog is feeling nervous. We're petting the dog for an action. So we see Hazel lock up, and then she moves, and then we reward her. We're not standing next to her when she's locked up and just petting her, which is one of the biggest mistakes that we see from people who accidentally rewarding the dog for the wrong thing. We're here making sure that we're intentionally rewarding the dog for any forward motion. All right? Very important. Let's see what else goes on. And pet. Pet, pet, pet. Just stop and pet. Excellent. So there, when you get her going, you want to invite her right into your body, give her some love right there. You know? Excellent. And going. Excellent. And petting, and petting, and petting. You could go to her. Excellent. Now, be careful with petting on the head, right? You want to pet on the chest and on the body. If you notice, every time I went underneath, you know, and I pet here rather than up there. A lot of times, dogs don't like that as much as we think they do, right? All right, having her sit with tension. Excellent. And then having her go as soon as she starts going. And then rewarding that. Good, you could stop walking. Excellent. Excellent. There you go, having her sit. So when you reward, you get her started. As soon as she starts, then you're just there. You're like, this is good. All right, here we go. A little more. Good. And then reward. Excellent. Good job. Good job. That's way better. But that is way better. But the thing is, the last fireworks was a few minutes ago. So we're gonna see how she does the next time that there's fireworks, right? The next, hopefully it'll be here while we're in our lesson, all right? Can I hold her leash for a second? I noticed that you're giving her a lot of line on the leash. This is good stuff. All right. I noticed that you're giving her a lot of line on the leash. You want to try to limit that. You don't want tension on your leash. Let's go. Tension, release. You don't want tension on the leash, but especially in the state that she's in now, you want to try to limit down the line that she has so that way she could stay closer to you. Also, the one with the leverage is the one that is holding most of the leash, right? So I want to keep it pretty much like this, especially when she's feeling the way she's feeling right now, right? I also want to, as we're talking, or if I see somebody, I'm speaking to somebody and I have my dog with me, I also would like her to hold that position rather than being able to sniff the ground or walk off, pull on the leash and those kind of things. Right, I think this is a better position for her. Still body, still mind. That's what we want to be thinking, right? So here's your leash again. I'd like you just to walk around with her a little bit more, and then we'll go from there. There's the fireworks. Do you see it in her body, right? And you're gonna pet as soon as she goes. Yep, and pet her. Excellent. And you want to use your fingers more than your arms because you have more sensitivity there. Excellent. Hands come together, slide down and lift up. That's it, you're doing it right. She's just thinking. Excellent. You're doing it right. Sometimes there will be a little bit of a gap like that. Don't worry about that. One last time, here we go. Good. Hands come together, slide in, and releasing, rewarding. Excellent. See if she'll take some food from you. Excellent. She actually looked as soon as the bag opened. She heard the bag open and she actually looked for the treat that time. That's good. Excellent. All right, and here we go. Going forward one more time. Okay, so what do we see? We see James is actually improving a lot with his ability to be able to communicate through the leash. Sometimes Hazel will stop and think and not respond quickly. Some of that is due to the anxiety that she's naturally feeling. As we proceed here, you're gonna start to see that we start to work on being able to calm Hazel down. As I said in the intro, the main purpose of this, the reason why we're doing this now is for me to teach it to the owners so that way they could practice it more in their home. So that way they have it when they're on the street or now in the world. Anytime she gets nervous, they have a way that they could start to help to calm her down. All right, so let's see what goes on next. We can see here that Hazel's a much different dog than she was last week. Last week I was very excited because I thought she was just gonna be straight happy-go-lucky. But this week with the fireworks sounds, we can see that she is showing to be a much more anxious being. All right. Good girl, Hazel. Right now I'm just basically just giving her a massage and just trying to relax her down a bit. Good girl. Good job, sweetie. I like to do this before the dog is in this position. The reason why this is taking so long is because she doesn't have any prep with it. And she's in a position where she's already stiff. So really, I'm going straight back there. Good. Good job. Good. Good girl. And from here, I could start to do some more massage. Really, I want her on her side, if I can. Good job, sweetie. Into the muscles here, easy. A lot of this stuff you want to do when she's not tense, so that way we already have some money in the bank for it. Good. I know. Okay. How about this way? Okay. How about this way? Okay, good. That's better. How about this way? Ah, that's good. How about this way?
Sorry, I don't understand.
I know you don't. Excellent. Good. How about this? Good job. Just relax. It's okay. There you go. Yeah, that's you. Yes. That's a good girl. That's good. Excellent. Good job. Yes. Good. Yes. How about here? Relax. Relax. Good. You're breathing really hard, sweetie. You got to relax that too. Excellent. Good girl. That's calm. That's nice. Okay. That's good. Yes, that's better. Excellent. So we already talked about, the reason why I'm doing the massage is really to teach the owner how to do it. But why, from the dog's aspect, why should we do this massage? Because when the dog hears fireworks, they go into a state where they're stressed out, right? As soon as we can get the dog out of that stressed state, we want to get the dog out. So I don't want the dog to remain stressed for a long period of time. Right? So if I condition that these things mean calm down at home, the dog goes into a stressed out state, we're on the street, then I could help the dog to overcome that stress a lot quicker, to lower that stress level a lot quicker by using the techniques that I know how to use, in order to help them calm down. So yeah, that's the whole purpose of why we're doing it. And you can see here towards the end of this, I just touched her on the side of the head. She put her own head on the ground. That's her relaxing herself a little bit. And she's not very good at this because, of course, it is her first time. But that's her relaxing herself a little bit more than me doing it for her necessarily. All right. Okay, so that is another Hazel episode in the books. I hope you enjoy what you see here today. Definitely check out the rest of this series. I'm sure that there will be more videos in this series coming out. Definitely subscribe to the channel. Give us a thumbs up if you like the video. Check the description below for other social media accounts that we have and links to them. Until next time, enjoy your day and enjoy your dog. Pretty cool that Chris Paul is actually going to be in the finals. He's played for like 16 years and he's one of the best point guards ever. It would be cool to see Chris Paul versus Trae Young, but since that's not going to happen. Jrue Holiday, though, is one of the best defensive stoppers, but I think Chris Paul is going to take it because Chris Paul is the point god. That's what he calls himself. I don't know. Is that enough?